Dirt is dirty.
I don't care.
Rocks are dirty too, because they're found in the dirt, and they have dirt on them.
I don't care.
Can you imagine a world without dirt?
I don't care. How, there's a full moon tonight?
Tonight? Oh dear! Run, Baleen, run! Before it's too late! Run!
What?
Run. Now. Hello YouTube! This is Chriz Maniac bringing you folks Pokemon Omega Ruby FS Sapphire UU battle. And this battle is versus Micheal. Now, looking at my team, the star of my team, if you haven't noticed by watching the intro, is my Zoroark. And the idea behind my team is that I would have 5 walls, which would look pretty safe to be, like, you know, facing against, and I have 1 Zoroark. And that Zoroark would describe itself as one of the walls, and it would trick my opponent into thinking that they're safe, and then I could just dispatch them with a flamethrower or a dark pulse or whatever. And it works pretty well, as you'll see in this battle. Now looking at Michael's team, he looks like he has a pretty okay UU team. Like he has 2 fighting types that boost up probably, and he has a Mega Sceptile most likely, and the specialty defensive wall in the form of Thundercurl, a physical wall in the form of like Dawn Fan. And yeah, it looks pretty standard and balanced. So let's see how I do against this thing. He leads off with his Lucario and lead off with my Aggron, and that's not really good lead off for me because he has a super effective stab versus me, which is close combat. And I switched out right here. I was thinking that this guy was a physical attacker, like most Lucarios are, but turns out this Lucario is a special attacker, so it was a good thing to switch out right there because that Aura Sphere would have done a huge amount of damage to my Aggron because it's a physical wall. Anyways, I bring in Crisis, my Duskmar, and I could just take Aura Sphere and then retaliate back with a Nightshade. And right here, I went for the Pain Split instead of the Curse, and that really sucked because now this gives him a free turn to boost up. I could have went for a Curse and it would have forced him out, or eventually would have KO'd this Lucario. But now this guy gets a free +2 Nasty Plot, and it looks like I'm pretty screwed in the second turn of the match. So I'm like, damn it, this really sucks. But anyways, I bring in my Aggron next turn. No, it's not my Aggron. Psych, it is actually my Zoroark. And my Zoroark comes in, outspeeds that Lucario, goes for the Flamethrower, and knocks out the Lucario. So down goes the Lucario. At this point, my opponent Micheal, he doesn't know that I'm a Zoroark right now. So he just brings in his Dawn Fan, which would take any physical hit from this guy, and it can set up Stealth Rocks or something like that. But I go for that Dark Pulse, and he goes for the Stealth Rocks. Even now, my opponent doesn't know that I am Zoroark. That's fine, I guess. I mean, that's like understandable because we were battling 12 o'clock at night, and I think it was morning for him, so he just woke up or something. So, I don't know, but he didn't realize that I am a Zoroark right now, and it just Dark Pulsed that Dawn Fan to death. And he comes Scrafty, and he still doesn't know that I'm a Zoroark. And I'm like, sweet as Scrafty can direct this thing. I go for a taunt because I know that Scrafty is like the Dragon Dance, and those things have swept me so many times, oh my gosh. So I just go for a taunt, and I go, he goes for that Drain Punch, and I hang on with my Focus Sash, not Sturdy, because I'm not Aggron, and Machiavelli, my Zoroark, comes out, and this Scrafty's like, oh damn, I'm pretty screwed, because I'm gonna throw at it a Focus Blast! Pow! Yeah, that really hits it hard, and down goes Scrafty. So this looks like a horrible battle so far for Micheal, because I'm up 3 Pokemon against him. I have 6 Pokemon left, while he has 3 left. But Micheal makes a pretty good comeback, and this battle actually gets pretty close, and he's a good Pokemon trainer, let me tell you. So I bring in Noir because it is my special ball for this team, and I can take any hit from this guy, even though he hits me with a Focus Blast. Not comfortably though, because Focus Blast still hits pretty hard from a freaking Sceptile. Well, a Mega Sceptile to be exact. I know I could foul play him to death though, in 2 hits, if I get a lucky spin on the dice and on the RNG. He goes for a Focus Blast, it misses, which is great. That actually really matters because a Focus Blast is a 2-hit KO on my Umbreon, and now I can get off another hit off on this Sceptile. So he goes for another Focus Blast in this time it hits. So it does 50% to me, about 50%. And I know I can just about survive another one if I protect. And yeah, so he goes for, I go for the Foul Play. It almost takes him out. He has like 2 more HP left apparently. It said so on our Facebook chat. I go for the Protect, hoping I can survive another Focus Blast after my Leftovers recovery. And I could knock this Sceptile out. And the Sceptile is going to go down, hopefully anyways. So I got one more round of Leftovers. He goes for that Focus Blast, and come on Noir, hang on, come on, you can do it boy. And he gets taken out. He gets a lucky roll with the RNG right there and gets a higher damage output. And that's kind of unfortunate, but you know, Floricida, my other special ball in this team, is gonna take any hit that this guy can throw at me, and I can retaliate back with a Giga Drain. So he goes for the Dragon Pulse, does like 45% to me, and that is actually a lot of damage because I am fully invested in special defense. That hits pretty damn hard. I think that thing is modest or something, because that thing has to be modest, and that hit really hard. Anyways, I have a Life Orb on my Rosary, that's the wrong item. He goes into Espeon, and I know Espeon's like set screens and stuff, and this guy might go for the Calm Mind, so I just stay in and sack off my Rosary because I didn't want to give him a free Calm Mind setup. So down goes Floricida, but I can bring in my next Pokemon, which is my Mega Aggron, and if he only has Psyshock, he can't really hurt me that much because Psyshock is a physical, has physical damage, even though it's a special attack. And I'm a physical wall, so I can take that really comfortably. So I'll Mega Evolve into my Mega Aggron, Rainer from Attack on Titan. And he goes for that Psyshock. Hardly does any damage to me because it's a physical attack, and I can retaliate back by just booping it with the head, with my Iron Head. And the Espeon gets wrecked. Yeah, down goes Espeon. So his last Pokemon now is his Tentacruel, and now this is kind of scary for me because Tentacruel could potentially sweep me. I have an Aggron left, which could get killed in 2 shots with a Scald, and I have Donphan left, and a 1 HP not Mega Zoroark, I wish, but just a Zoroark, that's 1 HP, and he could potentially win with this Tentacruel. But I know I'm pretty comfortable here because my Donphan has a super effective move against this Tentacruel, and I have an Assault Vest, so it is pretty much my battle. But anyways folks, even though this battle is over, this battle is an example of how effective Zoroark can be in tricking your opponents. I know that my opponent kind of threw in this case because he didn't realize that it was a Zoroark until he Drain Punched me, but it's still pretty good, like Zoroark, because he could really trick your opponents. Just by going for the skies and then going for that unexpected Flamethrower or Dark Pulse. Anyways, Michael, GG, that was a good game. I'm gonna upload more battles versus you in the future because we tend to have good battles. I hope you folks enjoyed this battle. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you folks next time.